We're live. Welcome to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven.
I'm Alec.
And today we drink whiskey, just like every other day and every other live stream. Yeah. So really quickly, Alec, how'd you feel about the start time?
Good. I mean, it's nice because I know I'm going to end it earlier, but it also is like I literally just finished working out and jumped out of the shower, so I'll have to plan a little bit better on time if we're going to do this all the time. But otherwise, good with me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like it going on a little earlier just because other people go on a little bit later, so it allows us to hang out with more people and whatnot without having them have to decide where to spend their time. But really quickly before we get it kicked off, we got a few people in the chat. We got IC86, Hangin' AZ, Scott Pigsley, and Dano B. Good evening, everyone, and cheers. So before we get into the program, just like always, Alec, what have you been drinking?
Pretty much since last week, not a ton. We had our buddy Dylan's wedding over the weekend, and as a group's party gift, he gave me a bottle of Proper 12, so another Irish whiskey in my collection that puts up to 4 now, and not bad. On the first sip, I was kind of like, wow, kind of a disappointment, even for Irish whiskey. But then the other day, I actually sat down with a couple glasses of it, and I was like, I actually appreciate it. It can grow on you. That's my take.
I've heard, I haven't had it, but I've heard it's basically like another version of Jameson, which is like a $20 Irish whiskey. Like, what do you really expect?
Right, exactly. Yeah, but what about you? What's been going on in your whiskey world?
Not much, man. Scott's Pigs. Jeez, I'm already like drink. Jeez. Yeah, we'll get that in a sec here. Scott Pigsley said this is a great time slot pregame for Jason, and that's pretty much what I'm thinking because it works. And it works for us at the moment.
For people on the East Coast too, I'm sure this is a little bit easier for them to do rather than jumping on at 8 o'clock at night.
I don't know, man. A lot of people from the East Coast, like they'll do like 9 or 10 o'clock streams their time, and I'll be like, dude, I'm going to bed at 9.
Wow. Okay. Well,
but you know me, I also wake up at like 4, so it is what it is. Northwest Bourbon, I agree, it is early, but dude, that's a second drink. I filmed a review right before this. I agree, it is early, but you're way not competing with other time slots. Yep, and afraid Connor will bust your door down. Did you hear that story? How he fought a dude because someone called his Irish whiskey shit? The Proper 12.
Oh no, but that doesn't surprise me actually.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it kind of speaks a lot. It speaks volumes of the kind of man he is, but it is what it is. Well, a lot of people probably don't know this because we don't do a lot of content with Irish whiskey, but I'm not a big fan of it. There's been a few that we've tried. It seems the more money you invest in it, the better it gets, for me at least. But the budget stuff, I'm just not a big fan of. And you, on the other hand, are actually, you're cool with it. You like a lot of the budget Irish whiskey.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree that, like the Redbreast, fantastic bottle, definitely one of my favorites. I mean, again, up in higher level price though, so it kind of has to speak for that aspect of it. Granted, the Glendalough, that is a beautiful bottle, my favorite so far, and it's only $33, right?
So, yeah, it's like 30, 35, somewhere around there. Yeah. That's probably been my favorite, decently well-rounded, well-priced Irish. But we're not here to talk about Irish whiskey today.
No. Also,
we're here to talk about bourbon, specifically budget bourbon.
Yes, but Steve, so that I can actually get to the budget bourbon, tell me, is the bag you gave me these in am I supposed to rip it open or?
Dude, I don't care. Just tear it.
Okay. Seriously, because I've been trying to do this for the last 5 minutes and I can't get it open one perfect bit.
Yeah. So for everyone there in chat, essentially, whenever Alec comes up to here, because we live not close to each other even remotely anymore. So as soon as we decided to start live streaming, Alec was like, yeah, dude, I'm going to move. Terrible timing. So whenever
I
he
was
comes
like, I
up
don't
to
like you anymore, so
yeah.
I'm dead now.
Yeah, so whenever we meet up, because we're only, like 2 hours away, so it's not too much, but whenever we meet up, I always give him samples or he gives me samples or whatnot so we can plan this. And I use bags that are not so easy to open.
No,
I reuse bags.
It's almost like you're trying to break into Fort Knox, except they decided to up the security.
So, Alec, yes. I did a review of that bottle.
Which one? Redwood? Oh, Pinhook?
Yeah, I got the Hard Rye Guy.
Oh, nice. How is it?
Or the cash strength version. I'm not going to speak on it because I haven't edited or released the review, but
all right, you gotta tell me about it later.
I got it, and so I'm hoping I don't get wasted here.
You most likely will.
Yeah, I did it literally like an hour ago.
That was the review you did?
Yeah. So before we go over the flight, I'm going to get caught up on chat. Scott Pigsley says he's Central Time. He's just getting off work.
Okay.
Yeah, I get off work at 3 AZ time, so everything's pretty easy. Hanging AZ. Don't fight people, just make better whiskey. That's my thoughts exactly. Proper 12 is shit. Fight me, Connor. Okay. Love Redbreast 12. Yeah, we're a big fan of that. And I like the Redbreast cash strength we had. We have yet to have the 12 cash strength, but I'm sure that's probably going to be our favorite. I
like the 12-year more than the cash strength, but I'm sure that I would really love the 12-year cash strength.
Yeah.
So definitely.
Budget bourbon is my special. Dude, that's like 3 drinks right here.
All right, if Steve hits 5 before we're at 30 minutes in, he has to bottle chug from one of my choosing. That was not my choosing.
Oh, yeah, I decided I'm going to kill this Dickel bottle. That's just not good.
Dude, I don't get you sometimes, man. When you first got that bottle, you were praising it like it was just the
I thought it was better.
And now you hate it.
I had a lot of people tell me it was garbage, so I got it. And I was like, oh, this isn't garbage. It's just okay. But now as we've got better whiskey, we've delved more into whiskey and whatnot, I've realized it's not for me.
Well,
it's not good. And I'm clearing space, so that's going to be one of them. I did smoke a cigar this last weekend. Alec and Bradley Kintsugi with it, it made it so much better. The cigar like deeply improved the whiskey.
Okay, well, at least the last time I had it, I had the same opinion as what I gave my opinion out on it as before when we first tried it, and that it's different, not terrible, not great. I could see it getting old after a while, but I could also see it getting decent with a cigar too. So that's my opinion.
That bottle chug, notes I got from that was bitter dark chocolate, orange slices, and dirt.
Cocaine?
No.
Okay.
Meth.
Just checking.
What does cocaine taste like? I've never done that.
It's like gasoline.
Oh, that's gross. No.
Yeah.
IC86. IC86 says, got below the neckline and the true flavors came out. Yeah, exactly. Like the neck pour. The neck pour was Now that because we're solid. Yeah, and I put the autofocus back on so we can actually focus during the live stream. But got severely below the neckline, and now it's like, no. I mean, it's not my jam. It's not terrible. It's just not worth keeping around.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
We've been talking for about 10 minutes now, which is pretty ranty for us. Not that.
So, budget whiskey?
Yes, that's where I was going. We're going to get into the bottles we're here to drink today. And this is kind of, really quickly. Did you know today is because I didn't know this. Today is the 1-year anniversary of me actually creating the channel. Which means it's like, yeah.
Really? I feel like it's been longer than a year.
No.
I guess it's been longer than a year since you started like collecting, because you started the channel probably when you were at like 30 bottles or so.
40 or 50, dude. Maybe even 60.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But that makes sense.
But no, so we started this channel a year ago today. We didn't actually stop releasing videos until like a month and a half in having the like channel actually created on YouTube because, well, you know, it was like,
we were atrocious and didn't know what the hell we were doing.
I mean, the first like 6 months of our videos are still pretty trash. Yeah. I mean, if you even want to call our new stuff quality.
They're not as trash as the original videos, though. Because those first few videos,
that's what I'm saying.
We were just drunk and we were pissing off. That's all we were doing.
Yeah. Scott Pigsley said, I started with Jack Daniels and too many drunk nights made it undrinkable. Fair enough. Northwest Bourbon, happy channelversary. Remember, right. Alec, put this down on your calendar.
I will.
P.S. If you know what Novocaine tastes like, then you're close onto cocaine. Don't ask how I know. Fair enough. I have no idea how that tastes like, but I don't do any drugs.
I've gone to the dentist once or twice. Okay, I know.
What?
Okay. I went to the dentist once or twice.
Okay. So sorry, I was going to segue that whole like it being our channel anniversary. So the first list we finally decided to do, which was kind of weird for us because we didn't inherently like doing lists, and I'm still kind of unsure if like we really like doing them or if it's like for channel growth or just like all that jazz, because they're kind of trendy topics. People like clicking on them, and sometimes you want to put your opinion out there, but they're not the most fun to film, at least. So the first one we did,
we're getting drunk.
Yes, and this was when we were still doing lists and getting drunk while we were doing them. So take this as we will. But do you remember our top 5 daily drinking bourbons?
Yeah.
Do you remember what those were, Alec?
I think we definitely had Wild Turkey 101. We definitely had Old Forester 100. I want to say we had Jim Beam. I don't know which Jim Beam. Was it the Bottle and Bond?
No, we didn't have any Beam.
Okay. I must be thinking of a different video then. Knob 9?
Yep. Knob 9 is one of them.
Okay. And then Bullet?
No.
Regular Bullet? No? Okay. All right, I've got 3. Give me the other 2.
Okay, really quickly, Hangin' AZ says, I click on budget reviews faster than stuff I can't afford. And I agree, and that's kind of why we do a lot of reviews of bottles you can find on the shelves, because I'm not a big fan of hunting. Hunting takes too much time, it's too much money, it's not my jam. Right. But
not to mention, you sometimes don't find one of these daily drinking bottles somewhere, but you can find another one of them at that same location.
Yeah. So these are all quality products at good prices that we enjoy to sip on. So the 4 we did was, so the 3 you already labeled. So Wild Turkey 101,
Old Forester
100, and then Knob Creek 9 Year. And then we did Maker's Mark, which I that's the only bottle I've ever broke, remember?
Yes.
I dropped it when I was getting everything ready to move to this current place. So we don't own a bottle of that anymore. So instead of Maker's Mark, I did Maker's 46. And honestly, Maker's 46 is something I would happily pay the extra $5-10 to get over Maker's Mark. So that's going to be in our flight today. And then good old Buffalo Trace.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the 6th one, which I want to revisit this whole concept, and I want to make like a 10 budget whatever list. But this is just kind of going over our previous ones. And then I wanted to add in one thing I think that will dominate the rest, and that's Old Granddad 114. I think that's going to be the best.
Yeah.
Out of all.
I think that is a damn good budget bottle right there.
Yeah, I just remember when we first started, we didn't like Old Granddad 114 because it was a bit too much.
It is a bit of a heater.
Yeah, and it's pretty nutty.
Yeah, it is. Okay, So with that being said, we're just gonna go A through F.
Yeah. So we have it blindly poured in 6 samples, A through F, which I actually properly labeled everything A through F, except for the E and the F. I did like really crappy like marker scribbles.
I mean,
Yeah. Hey, I actually labeled yours. I put effort in.
I appreciate that. Hey, I appreciate it. Okay, I ain't complaining.
And let me really quickly go through chats really quickly, and then we'll get into glass A to kick off the night. Mr. Whiskey Shits, cheers. Everyone in chat, go ahead and check out Livewire Whiskey if you haven't checked them out before. Maker's Mark Cash Strength and Maker's Mark 46 Cash Strength are both very good. I'm a big fan of all of the wood finished Maker's Marks, and that's about it. Hanging AZ says need to throw in a few budget bottled and bonds. I know we really loved that Evan Williams bottled and bond at first.
That's what I was thinking of.
I just haven't gotten around to buying it again.
Yeah, I think because I don't actually see that one too often unless you go to Total Wine, I guess. But it's not like a budget bottle that you'll find everywhere. Not like Wild Turkey, Old Forester, and Makers, because you can find that at pretty much any grocery store.
Yeah. And then Hanging AZ says Maker's 101 could be on that list. Yeah, that's very true. Maker's Mark could definitely, Maker's Mark 101 could definitely be on a solid budget list. I have a list in mind, or I have like 15 that I want to whittle down, but I just wanted to, in this live, go over our original ones or close-ish to what we currently have to our original ones and see where did our thoughts change, because I think our number one was Old Forester 100 proof.
Probably.
Or it was Buffalo Trace. I can't remember.
No, I think you're right. I think it was Old Forester 100.
It was either Old Forester 100, Wild Turkey 101, or Buffalo Trace. But like honestly, I think things might change now.
Yeah. Well, I think with 6 in front of us instead of just 4, it'll also make things a little bit more easy to, root out the men from the boys, as one might say.
Yeah. It reminds me to a video we shot this weekend of you talking about being a man. I had to cut out a long spiel about how.
Hey, I was just putting it out there, okay? The man does this, all right?
Okay, let's get into Glass A. And again, just to recap to anyone who's just now showing up, we are going over a list of our original favorite budget bourbons, which is going to be Knob Creek 9, Maker's Mark. This time we're doing the 46, Buffalo Trace, Wild Turkey 101, and then Old Forester 100 proof. And then now we're throwing in Old Granddad 114 just for fun.
That's right. All right, on the nose.
On the nose of A. A little nutty.
Yeah, oaky.
A little bit of like a cherry.
Yeah.
Just definitely like a vanilla, like marshmallow cream whip.
Yep. Slightly proofy, not like over the top proofy, but not proofy.
Yeah, well, I mean, literally, so 3 of these are essentially 100. Maker's 46, I believe it's 94 proof, so not too far off.
Right.
But Maker's has insanely good mouthfeel. So Maker's 46 might be the winner just on that one. Buffalo Trace is 90, and then Old Granddad 114 is obviously 114.
Right.
So proof, other than the 114, proof should be around like 100 to 90-ish. Yeah, very solid though. If I had to guess, I would say 100.
Yeah, it's very stereotypical bourbon, I would say.
Yeah, this is just like, it's good budget bourbon. Well done.
Yeah, that's right.
Good job.
Right.
Good job. On the palate?
On the palate.
Yeah, what's everyone drinking tonight?
Okay.
Payday bar?
Cinnamon. I was going to say some cinnamon nut. Yep.
Like it's
Still
like a payday covered in cherry syrup,
yeah,
dusted with cinnamon.
Yeah. And then like maybe like a drizzle of like cream sauce on top, like creamy, yeah, creamy vanilla.
Okay, like kind of like a marshmallow fluff, marshmallow whip.
Kind of. I didn't want to say fully marshmallow, but yeah, that's the idea. I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this one's solid. And I mean, all of these are from $20 to I think Maker's 46 is the most expensive here at like 30, maybe like 28.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, all of those are definitely budget. We're under the 40 mark, so
Yeah.
doing good.
Yeah, I like to keep any of my budget bourbons sub 30.
Yeah.
Or sub 35. Russell's 10's now like $32, so that's a shame.
It is.
Hanging AZ is having some redemption rye. Found it at Winco for $20. That's one of those newer ones. I've seen them around. I just haven't gotten around to actually picking them up.
I know. Every time that I walk by one at the store, I think like maybe, but then I also am like, I just
their branding's not good.
Yeah, it just has a very like kind of look to it. But I mean, if it honestly is delicious, I'd be willing. But it's just something I'm not willing to spend the $20 on just yet when I've got other bottles in mind.
Yeah, Hanging AZ, let us know how that is, because I know you're not a big fan of rye anyways. Whiskey Lover Society in the house. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Alrighty. Overall, B solid. Or I mean A solid. It's not thin, but it's not like overly viscous. It's just kind of like basic bourbon. It's nutty, cherries, has some vanilla in there, a little bit of like baking spices, but nothing,
Yeah, nothing.
I mean, again, we're not going to get
wowed. I mean, but I think it's also, at whatever the budget that we're looking at right now, still a decent bourbon. Are we doing B? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I'm on B. This one's way nuttier. We got Peter Muller in the house. Cheers, guys. I am butchering everyone's names, and these are simple names. Like today is not my day.
If anyone
Chad is not my jam.
If anyone has ever watched Star Talk, one of the co-hosts on that show, he's known for butchering everyone's names, and they intentionally like put their names even harder to spell so that he butchers them worse. So do that for Steve sometime.
Okay, Hanging AZ says it was 30 at Total Wine. Took a chance at 20. I like it, but I don't have any experiences with rye to judge it. Fair enough. That's how I feel about Scotch. I wanted to start doing more Scotch stuff. But I feel like every time I talk about Scotch, if it's like a peated Scotch, which is like the ones we typically love, I'm just like, oh, it's smoky.
Yeah. Well, I think also you have to, it's hard for us to do a lot of lists or a lot of like, lives of Scotch because it's like, Scotch. Well, Scotch. In other words, Scotch, but Scotch,
Also, Scotch is pretty expensive for my blood.
That's also true. Wait, we're on B,
now, right? Yeah, we're on B.
Okay, cool. Check it.
Yeah, this one's super nutty.
It is very nutty and very.
But there's also a nice layer of vanilla caramel on it.
Yeah, and it's still got a nice oaky flavor.
Yeah, oaky, a little bit of like a clove.
Okay.
This one smells hotter than.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely has a little bit more heat, but it also seems like it's lighter overall. A had a
less complex.
Yeah. All
right. On the palate.
Yeah, on the palate because I can't get anything else on this.
Hanging AZ says the Redemption has citrus, mint, spice, and not much black licorice. Okay. I mean, I love a minty rye.
Yeah. Well, it's especially a citrus minty rye. I think we've kind of gravitated more towards that. When we first started hitting up the ryes, Steve and I both kind of tended more towards the black licorice, the peppered, the super baking spice heavy forward kind of ryes. And I think we've grown to like a little bit more citrusy, minty, and like some of those kinds of flavors that come out. You look like you're having an epiphany. Okay,
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm
you're
trying to pull
either
out flavors.
really pulling it or you're really into it.
I was letting you talk, and I was trying to like pull out flavors, and I'm like, that's like nutty vanilla and a little bit of cinnamon. Actually, that's a lot of bit of cinnamon, but it's primarily like nutty. This is so if A was like a payday bar that was like covered in like some like strawberry syrup or some cherry syrup, and then like drizzled in like caramel and all that jazz, and then dusted with cinnamon. This is just like a payday bar that you just a tub of cinnamon on.
I was gonna say this is like cinnamon roasted peanuts, but really, really strong peanuts. Mm-hmm. That's essentially what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah, like there's a nice layer of vanilla, but that's about it.
Yeah, it doesn't have the best mouthfeel and finish.
I was gonna say that it's a little thin compared to A.
Yeah, but it's like it just kind of comes on with a good feel, but then it just dissipates like almost immediately, I'd say.
Yeah. So far B's last for me for sure. Yeah. Let's get on to Charlie. I'm severely concerned we're going to be wasted by the end of this live.
I think you're going to be wasted no matter what, but yes.
Mr. Yeah. Ooh. Well, I couldn't not. I couldn't not. Wow. This one's game changer.
Yeah, this one's got like a
cherry, nice little strawberry licorice, like a
it's thick.
Red Vines.
It is thick, like on the nose, thick. Like Steven's nose, thick. Sorry, are you feeling bud?
No.
Okay. Oh yeah. You dig my horns? I know.
No. I was trying to like understand what he was saying.
Yes, that's right. And I am a trophy buck, in case anyone's just asking. Okay, just so you know, trophy buck.
Okay, listen, Linda. First of all, Scott Pigsley says, I just noticed that Alec looked like he has horns occasionally because of the picture behind him. Alec has a, portrait, an IKEA portrait of deer. Yeah. You're the guy who's been hunting his entire life. And when we did the old elk review, I was like, oh, the cork looks like elk antlers that were like cut. And you're like, no, that looks like a stump of a tree. And you're like, oh, wait, no, that's elk antlers. Like no, they're clearly elk antlers. Why would they name it old elk?
Look, I agree that they look like elk antlers. But at first, I was like, oh, oak tree, bourbon. Okay, so they put a bourbon stump on the top of their bottle. Cool, whatever, screw it. I hate you, okay? All right, I'm going to go get an elk. I'm going to bring back the antlers. I'm going to saw them off. And I'm going to make my own damn cork. And I'm going to pop it in that bottle and show you, okay?
I mean, that would be pretty dope. That would be a solid cork. Dope, yeah. Like a cork that you would like move between like your daily drinkers or whatnot.
Yeah. Well, we could do what we did with that one antler that I had in my garage. Take out the chainsaw and sit there and just... And then boom.
I mean, we did that to make a dog toy, though.
Well, yes, but, the next one. Antlers are abundant.
Because your dog's worth it.
My dog is worth it. She's beautiful. Love her.
They're innocent and loving creatures. Okay. Absolutely.
All right.
Back to the bourbon, though. We can rant and talk shit to each other any day of the week.
Yeah, we can. Okay.
I mean, that's what we do naturally.
All right. Super, it's got a nice sweet and, like sweet cherry vanilla, but it's honestly, I just think it's so viscous on the nose even. Viscous is what I'm getting. That's my main.
Strawberry shortcake. It's dense.
Yeah. Well, ever since what was that? What was the strawberry shortcake that we grabbed out of last week? Was it last week's flight? The rye flight.
Was that I think you're talking about the Whistle Pig?
Yes.
8-year or 6-year?
Yeah. That was straight up strawberry shortcake. This is like a strawberry shortcake that's kind of been like infused more with cherry vanilla and just thick. But yes, I do agree. Strawberry shortcake.
I love the nose on this one the best so far. The Deathless Dogs. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
And without further ado, cheers.
Cheers. Here. Here, now that like they've mentioned my antlers, I'm gonna get like, there we go. I'm a wide buck. Wide buck. That's right.
Yeah. There's so much cherry. It's cherry, very bready, cakey, sweet, vanilla. So much cherry. It's very like maraschino cherry sweetness.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And then, on the end, it does have a really bready note that I actually dig. Maybe it's because I've been drinking more Irish whiskey, but I definitely dig the breadiness on this one. It's good.
Yeah, you need to just dump your proper 12 down the drink.
No,
I love Dylan to death, but whiskey's not his jam.
Hey, yes, but I still appreciate the gesture.
Yeah, the gesture's awesome.
Yeah,
it's a mix.
Yeah, no, but overall, I think this one on the palate, it's not as complex, but it still has a really good, bold, viscous flavor through to the finish, and it's got a nice, just like it actually. Okay, this one I think, as far as proof point goes, lowest proof.
Yeah, this one doesn't feel as aggressive on the palate, but it does. It still holds its own, its own with the flavors that it's bringing, and that mouthfeel is right where it needs to be.
Yeah, no. Out of the three, I think I go A, C, B.
I think I'm going C, A, B.
Oh, man.
I know.
Cabot?
Yeah. AZ says use the proper 12 to sanitize cuts, and I agree with that. So for everyone there hanging out in chat, out of these 6 bottles that we are going through, which ones do you think are the best? And again, just to recap, we're drinking Wild Turkey 101, Old Forester 100, Knob Creek 9-year 100 proof, just a normal small batch, Maker's 46, Buffalo Trace, and then Old Granddad 114.
Old Granddad.
I'm surprised I said that without messing anything up.
I was totally
with how bad I've been at talking. No, but
yeah.
So whatever's in C, it's the viscosity and the sweetness that just it works for me, man.
Yeah.
There's something about it. It's not much better. It's A and C are like this, and then D's clearly are B's not even. It's not even in the same room.
Yeah, no, I think A is more kind of out of the box kind of feel, while C is more like perfect box. You don't need to get out of the lines with it, but that's kind of the comparison I'd put out there for the two.
Hanging AZ says Wild Turkey 101, Knob Creek 9, Old Forester, Old Granddad 114, Buffalo Trace in that order. Wow, I'm surprised he's put Old Granddad 114 so low.
Yeah, I'm glad he put Wild Turkey 101 up towards the top because I'm a Wild Turkey fanboy. But I would probably put Old Granddad 14 a little higher on that list. Buffalo Trace to me is not the best, so I'd still put it in. Well, maybe not last, but one of the 2 last.
Yeah,
we're doing this blind, so I'm about to find out.
So here, since we're halfway, we are actually halfway through. Alec, here, actually, give me a sec. Deathless Dog says, love all those bottles. Old Granddad 114 is my favorite of the bunch. I agree. Of those I've tried, Buffalo Trace and Maker's Mark 46 are 1 and 1A. Okay.
Okay. Apparently you like Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I mean, we like Buffalo Trace, dude. That was our most consumed bottle of last year. But it's also a sweet, easy sipper, and we live in Arizona where it's hot as everything.
Well, I think Buffalo Trace also got consumed a ton last year because we knew that it fit so many categories. It fits budget bourbons. It fits any of the other.
It's a nice sharing whiskey too.
It is a nice sharing whiskey. Oh yeah, that's another thing. It goes good with cigars, but we also know that it's there's the whole Eagle Rare line. It's got plenty of the fruity profiles. There's so many different kinds of areas that we can actually put that bottle into. Now that I know it's our most consumed bottle, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I like it.
Yeah, fair enough. Hanging AZ says he likes Old Granddad 114 big time, but that's his order, and I respect that. I like people who aren't going to be like, well, I like you. Like,
Don't
you
be
know,
a
be true to
pussy.
what you think.
That's what Steven's trying to say here.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I see 86 says yes, I like Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, etc. We like all of them, and I think at MSRP, every single Buffalo Trace product is appropriately priced. It's when you get into the secondary world or the weird, insane prices that I'm like, no, just no. Yeah, but that's another conversation. We're talking about budget, easy to find in Arizona. You can go to any grocery store and you're going to find a Buffalo Trace for $25.
That's right.
So that's why it's on this list. But Alec, so before we proceed, we're about halfway through.
Yes.
We've gone through 3 of these. 2 are close. One's significantly lower. I think we both agree on that one.
Yes.
Which ones, without guessing like what glass is what, because we're obviously only halfway, so that's a bold statement to be like, I know for a fact that's that. Anyways,
you're so full of shit. I know that you have all 3 of these like already picked out with the bottle, and you're just being a little bastard. But anyway,
I have ideas. I have ideas, but
Steven's a son of a bitch.
Language. But Alec, what one do you think is going? Like, what order do you think this is going to go?
So, based on my personal opinion, with known bottles in hand, I think I'm going to probably end up choosing. I assume it's probably going to either go Maker's, Wild Turkey. No, Maker's, Old Forester, Wild Turkey, Old Granddad, Buffalo Trace.
And then Knob Creek 9.
Yeah. Yeah, because after having so many bourbons, Knob Creek 9-year is a great bourbon. But I have to say, it is the most basic bourbon out there. It's so basic, but I love it, but it's so basic.
So from your previous statement, I'm 90% sure B is just Knob Creek 9.
I know. I knew you. I knew
it's just
that.
kind of.
I knew that. Shoulda.
Yeah, I agree slightly with yours. I have a few qualms, but I'll go through chat really quickly. Hanging AZ says the Old Forester 100 is harder to find in AZ, and yeah, you have to go to like Total Wine to get Old Forester 100 proof. Although I do see Old Forester 86 at like grocery stores now, which is pretty dope.
I've seen it at Bash's. I haven't seen it at Fry's, which is kind of upsetting. I've seen it at Safeway. I haven't seen it at Fry's. It's upsetting. Yeah.
I mean, the only whiskey I buy from a grocery store here is Buffalo Trace, just because, well, that's where you find Buffalo Trace in Arizona. Independent Joe in the house. Cheers, Tipsy, and everyone.
Boom.
Cheers. I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to go for me, OGD 114, Wild Turkey 101, Old Forester 100 proof, Maker's 46, Buffalo Trace, and the Knob Creek 9.
Okay. So we agree on the last 2.
The last 2 we agree on. But I mean, we're kind of just swap-swapping the top 3.
Yeah. Okay. Fair point.
But I think we can all agree, or the top 4, I guess, but we can all agree, like, the 2 we expect to perform the least admirably, Knob Creek and Buffalo Trace.
Steven, admirably is a word. Admirably is not a word.
Admirably here.
Admirably. Hey, Rebecca, perka. He's killing it tonight, folks.
Oh, dear God. That's way too much whiskey to drink in one night. I mean, I've done it before, but okay. So, yeah, I think 114 is going to be the winner. Which one do you think is going to be the winner?
I really don't want
water.
I honestly think it'll probably end up being Maker's 46 or Old Forester 100. Those are my 2 bets.
Okay.
I know you love Joel Granddad 114. I like it, but I think that it's just not top tier budget.
Okay.
In this situation. Okay.
I'm surprised you put Old Forester 100 before Wild Turkey 101 because Wild Turkey 101 always beats Old Forester 100 in blinds for us.
Yeah, you're actually right about that. Granted, I haven't had Old Forester 100 in a minute now. I haven't had a bottle probably for about a month. So who knows? Maybe I'll knock my socks off and be like, this is why I need Old Forester in my life.
I don't think I've had any of these bottles other than Buffalo Trace in like 3 months.
Honestly, I don't even have a Wild Turkey 101 anymore, so same.
Well, I keep them around, but you know, I have at this point we have so much whiskey back here, and I've been like on this rant for the last like 3-4 months of trying to like clear space up. So I've been drinking the stuff we aren't planning on buying, we can't make content off, anything of that nature. So anything that's basically not going to move forward with the channel, because at some point this went from being my collection that I would just drink to this is the channel.
Right.
So everything's kind of centered towards content at some point. And, you know, I don't know. There's just some things that didn't make the cut, like single barrels that weren't like impressive, like single barrel store picks that weren't impressive. It's like, well, you got to go now. So I've just been drinking that stuff instead of like the actual like budget stuff. Like I killed a Eagle Rare that I spent like $55 on. Like it was like Evan Williams bottled and bond like a month ago.
Well, you know my opinion of Eagle Rare, but
yeah. I mean, you know mine too. All right, let's get into Delta. Sweet. This one's sweet. Like C was sweet, but
this is sweet and proofy.
This one's more. This is more like tropical fruits, where C was more like cherries, strawberries. This is more kind of like an apple, crispy pineapple.
Yeah, I can say definitely a little bit of pineapple.
Lots of vanilla though.
Yeah, like a vanilla. It's kind of like a sundae. It's kind of like banana split.
Hayanazy says if Beam is nutty, Old Forester is banana bread, and I don't disagree.
No, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I was like, that's exactly where I fit those profiles.
Yeah. But no, this one's
super sweet.
Sweet, proofy.
Caramel, vanilla. Apples, cherries.
Yeah.
Pineapple. This is a weird note that I haven't gone on any of these bottles anytime previously except for this live stream. Coconut. So I honest to God don't know what to think. My palate might have blown up, but
I was gonna say, so you're interpreting that this bottle of whiskey is a pina colada.
No. It just has like
you said pineapple, coconut, and like vanilla. Okay, which are
but
3 notes I definitely get on pina coladas besides the rum.
Okay, so it's like a very like low key pina colada.
Dude, you're a low key pina colada.
It's subdued.
Just go get lost in the rain, okay?
Why are you all salty?
I'm not salty. I'm just telling you how it is, man.
Do you not get any sort of like coconut in there?
I don't want to say coconut, mostly because I think that you're,
so you do agree? You're just stubborn.
No.
All right, let me read some chat here. Independent Joes. I've heard people say they get bananas and Jack D's. I get banana on most Brown-Forman products. So Jack Daniels, Woodford, and Old Forester products. Even like the Old Forester Rye, I get ripe green bananas or unripe green bananas. Or Alec likes to call them plantains, to the beholder.
It's not coconut, Steve. Okay, it's like
what would you call it then?
It's like I don't know, not coconut. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's coconut. Okay.
Hanging AZ says, I don't find banana in any other bourbons very unique. Banana is a very big note for me for Brown Foreman and some 1792. So Barton. But it's some of the Bartons, they're overly nutty where I won't get any banana.
Yeah.
Independent Joe says, I like a perfect box. Deathless Dog says, pine.
Oh, that's five. That's five.
Yeah.
My choosing now. Do you still have
says Old Forester to me?
Do you still have not Copper City?
Tombstone. So while you're thinking about that, I'm gonna get caught up.
Tombstone.
No.
You have a Tombstone? Damn. Okay.
The Deathless Dog says pineapple. Says Old Forester to me. Interesting. IC86 says Jack Daniels, so that the banana note, especially the JD Rye. We didn't get a banana note on the JD Rye. We got overly bready, but we didn't get the barrel proof version.
Yeah.
And then Independent Joe says pineapple is a safe word. So we can't say pineapples anymore. Because we want to get pineapple. Okay, what do you want me to butt chug?
I want you to butt chug that Swanson, the Swanson from last week.
Swanson?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
The Swanson.
Swinson's?
No, yes, that's what I was thinking. But I actually think that's a good bottle, and I don't want you to butt chug it right now.
The rye or the bourbon?
No. Actually, just butt chug.
This is me getting frustrated, Alec. Make up your damn mind.
Grab some Iron Root.
No, I'm not doing that. That's gonna blow out my palate.
All right. Well, I was kind of hoping for that, but yeah, just do the dickle. Just dickle it. Dickle it up.
I was gonna do Knob Creek store pick.
No, because I don't want you having anything in this flight. I don't want you having anything close to this flight.
It's a 14-year-old Knob Creek store pick that's at 120 proof.
Exactly. I don't want you having.
Not even. Oh, dude, that's so. It's like funky. There's this weird I'm gonna be drunk and Olivia's gonna be pissed. Okay, let me get caught up on chats. Northwest Bourbon. I have to run and make the kiddos dinner. I will catch you later. Cheers, man. We'll see you later. Hanging AZ says, I do love citrus note and bourbon. Yes, we do.
That's right.
Cheers, Doc Swanson or Ron Swanson. Hanging AZ says exactly Fireball. We did a video on Fireball, and I literally dumped the Fireball down the drain as soon as we did the video.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I mean, I'm sure there's still some Fireball on this shelf.
Yeah. All right, hey,
Independent Joe says Fireball is top shelf.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Let's do some palate work on D.
Yeah. Did we not palate work D yet? Oh, geez, I've been drinking so. I've drank way too much Dickel Bottle and Bond tonight. This is not going to be normal.
You just said Dickel Bottle. Did you mean to say Dickel Bottle?
Yeah, Dickel Bottle and Bond.
Oh, okay. Well, you said Dickel Bottle.
Well, I paused.
And then you said in Bond. Dickel Bottle and Bond. Okay, so this one, a little bready, nutty. It's got some cinnamon. It's got some nice
sweet vanilla.
Sweet vanilla.
Slightly grassy, creamy vanilla, apple, a little bit of banana. I didn't get it on the nose, but I'm getting it on the palate now.
Yep, a little bit banana. Definitely the grassiness. Interesting though. Very
cherries. Yeah. It's so much honey. There's so much honey on that.
I didn't think it was necessarily like honey, but yeah, it's sweet. It's sweet as hell for sure. And it is florally. Sweet and florally.
Yeah. I'm very questionable
Infused tea.
about what that one is.
Okay.
Hanging AZ says a friend gave me a shot of Fireball at a bar, claiming it was whiskey. We are no longer friends. LOL. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you're under 40 proof or 40%, you're not whiskey.
That's true.
No ifs or buts about it. I mean, any sort of finished bourbon is technically not bourbon. It's a specialty whiskey.
Yeah, but if you're talking about a
that's all
finished
just
bourbon,
laws.
I think most finished bourbons should still be 40% if you want to actually enjoy them.
Well, yeah, no. To be a specialty whiskey, I'm pretty sure you still have to be 40% or more. I don't know. I don't know a lot about the legalities. I try to stay away from that because that makes a very fun hobby very not so fun.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, let's get into E before I, crash this plane.
Your ass. Yeah. Okay. Back to nuts. Nuts.
Yeah,
cinnamon.
Nutty. Some cherries and apples still.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm getting pineapple again.
I'm not getting pineapple this
Like,
time.
it might just be because pineapple's on my mind.
Yeah, your safe word.
Ooh, actually, no, not pineapple, pomegranates.
Oh, pomegranates. Okay.
Just those juicy little seeds.
Mm.
A lot of nut, oak, and like creamy vanilla, though.
Yeah.
Some cinnamon.
But still some fruits. Yeah. Baked fruits, cinnamon, creamy oaky, vanilla.
Yeah, this is like a fruit punch pie, which I know those aren't a thing, but if they were a thing, fruit punch pie, and then you just coat it in cinnamon. Like you went overboard. Like you're not quite sure what the right ratios of like spices are, so you just kind of, and then you realize instead of the little slotted section, it's like the wide mouth side of the cinnamon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know those little tins where there's like the different sides? Yeah.
Yes.
So you opened up the wrong side and it just dumped.
That's fair. That is a ton of cinnamon, actually. Yeah. All right.
Hanging AZ says, if you are expecting whiskey and you get mouthwash, it messes with your mind, especially like a hot tamale mouthwash.
Ew.
Yep. And then tropical fruit punch pie should be a thing, right? I feel like that should be a thing. It might be a thing, and it's just not like a big mainstream thing, so we don't actually know about it.
Perhaps. Maybe it's on a tropical island somewhere.
Ooh. Yeah, this is very like, it's nutty, oaky, but it's dense. It's dense, very, very like, this smells oily.
Oily?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do a little bit of palate work?
Palate work.
Ooh. Mm. Okay. Got some proof.
Yeah.
Density. A little like
nuts.
Very oaky.
Caramel,
nutty.
vanilla, oak.
Yep.
Cherry. Dude, it's still finishing though.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the finish on this one's very, very solid.
I was gonna say it's really like bready, like a bready, like really well done kind of like a no, not right, but like a like
a fruit loaf. Like one of those like loaves or cakes or whatever where they like pack a crap load of fruits, because it's not super bready, it's more like loafy. But it's like the semi-sweet kind of like breakfast cake things where they pack a boatload of fruit and stuff in. Yeah, like a coffee cake, but super fruity coffee cake. Like not one that's like super cinnamon and like coffee-esque. It's like a fruit cake.
That's good.
I like that one a lot.
I like that one too.
Although now that I said cinnamon and coffee, I'm getting like cinnamon and coffee.
Yeah, I agree with that.
on the finish, especially. Yeah, finishes into kind of like a cinnamon brown sugar coffee.
Dig it. Okay. So that being said, we got one left.
Yes. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea which one I prefer. I like the drinking with like Dickel in the middle of it completely messed up everything I thought I knew.
I kind of have an idea, but I'm now like torn because I feel like I totally shit on something I should not have been shitting on, but now I've just shit all over it. So it's kind of like a toilet. Got my toilet bourbon.
Fair enough. Hanging Easy says, not sure if they had tropical fruit pie in Brazil when I was there. Should have asked. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Story time, Mr. Shane Schlonglong. WTF, another top 5 stream. LOL. Yeah.
Hey, it's what we do.
Yeah.
If anything, it's just a good reason for me to tell Steven he doesn't know a thing about bourbon.
I like doing the content we don't have the like bandwidth to like actually do a legitimate like production level video.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I will be right back. I need to go turn on the fan for a sec before my camera overheats.
All right, you do that, bud. In the meantime, story time if you missed it. So yes, this is actually a top 6. So you're wrong. But yeah, we got our top 6 daily drinkers. A little bit of throwback because today is the 1-year anniversary of when Steven and I first began filming the Wasky channel, and it's just it's just a little nostalgia. Okay, you tears, everybody's okay. All right, don't hate.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I do have to admit with Schlong, it's kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm burnt out with the top 5s.
Well, yeah, but
like after
if people would pay more
last,
attention
like,
to our blend off, that'd be cool. But no one gives a damn about the blend off.
Yeah. No, after this like last month of everyone bringing out their like top 5 whiskeys of the year, I'm kind of burnt out on top 5s. Although like we release like 2 top 5s, so I mean that's I'm also the problem too. So I'm not changing anything up by any means, but moving forward, we're doing less top 5s. Let's just say that.
Yeah, do top 4s.
But no, this isn't necessarily us doing a top 5. This is us revisiting a top 5 and actually seeing if we know what the heck we're doing. What are we here for? Do we even know what we're talking about?
Steven's stupid.
Yeah. That being said, let's get into the last one. F.
All right. Effing it up. Effing it up. Effing it up.
I think I found number 1. I don't know. This is going to require some serious A-Bing.
It honestly is, and I'm kind of afraid because I turned down a couple of these bad boys. Hang on.
Hanging AZ says the best thing about Tipsy Whiskey is that you both own razors and don't have bourbon savor beards.
Well, that's because we have shitty beards. That's why.
Yeah, I can't grow a beard, dude. And anyways, the military requires me to shave. So
yeah, and my fiance requires me to shave. So she loves me.
Oh yeah, Shane literally was right up there with that. I mean, I don't have any shame in it.
I'd rather be this way than be one of those people that like grows a really nasty beard and have to constantly worry about it because I don't like having such a nasty beard. Like if you're one of those people that has like a beard that comes down to here and up to here and you're just having to constantly worry about it, I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Here, while you're smelling that, I'm gonna go through chats really quickly. What's wrong with beards and AZ? Nothing. I mean, my dad had a goatee his whole life. It is kind of hot, but I'm pretty sure at like the age 30, I'm going to start balling pretty heavy. So at that point, I'm probably just going to shave everything off and then just like try to grow out a beard, you know?
Oh, at first I thought you said you were going to start balling really heavy, and I was like,
No,
go, Steve. You start balling it up, man. God.
when do I ever look like I'm going to start making any money? Story time says, I'm totally just busting your balls. You guys keep doing what you're doing. It's good. Seriously. Well, thanks for the support, man. And I know we're here messing around. I'm literally, Alec, how many times have I messed up? Because I'm that many drinks deep. Or well,
5.
Too many times.
He's at 5 already.
And I did a review beforehand, so this is me kind of just drunk monologuing at a camera at this point. Me and Joe, like, yeah, they have some pretty solid beards on the Deathless Dogs channel. If you guys haven't checked them out, go ahead and check them out. Anyone who's a mod in here, you know, you guys can drop their link. We have a lot of those. Interfere with drinking aerodynamics and may taint the sample. Taint. I'm assuming. Okay, cool. He messed that up. Okay.
Sure, Steve. Sure, man. Sure.
Nightbot, stop spamming. Oh, wow. Nightbot actually did something. I activated this thing like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't seen it do anything in chat. Everyone like talks about how it's like good, and it's just kind of, what does it even do? Okay. Hanging AZ says, yeah, get back to us when you turn 40. LOL. Yeah. Independent Joe just got warned. I'm pretty sure the Nightbot can't do anything. I shut off all of its real power. It just yells at people.
Honestly, I'm glad it's called the Nightbot because it just reminds me of the Nightman from It's Always Sunny. So now I'm thinking of
Nightman. Oh!
Oh man, such a good episode. Such a good episode.
Hey, can you still hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, just turned down my gain so it didn't pick up the fan too much. Dang you, Nightbot. I might just shut it off though, because we don't have a wild stream, so there's not really a reason to have it. When we gonna kill some punks in Call of Duty? I can't play Call of Duty, dude. I'm so freaking bad at it.
I haven't played Call of Duty probably since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
Or Black Ops 2, whichever one came last. I don't remember.
No, dude, I'm pretty sure they're way past that.
No, but that's the last one that we like actually
played. Yeah, I would say probably
yeah.
Black Ops 2. I don't know. I played a little bit of the Modern Warfare, but I more so played the campaign.
Yeah.
No, we used to play a lot of video games, and then we just stopped.
Dude,
I've been... Oh, okay, so here. Sorry. I know. I'm going to get us, like, sidetracked. This is probably not going to be a super short stream because of this. But the Book of Boba Fett, dude.
Oh, it's good.
Have you started watching it? Don't spoil
anything,
anything, though. Okay, yeah.
No.
I'm not going to just... Dude, I'm, like, recently... So, like... going from the whole video games to TV, like we used to be super heavy into video games. Now I feel like we only really watch TV because that's all we really have time to do. But like, dude, the Book of Boba Fett, we're both kind of Star Wars nerds. You significantly more than me, but I like a good action movie where someone can get shot with a blaster or cut in half with a laser sword. So I'm all in. Dude, it's badass.
Yeah, I dig it. I think that it has a lot of potential, and you know, going from how they like ended the Mandalorian season 2 with the Book of Boba Fett coming out, it was kind of like, oh man, you know, Disney's pumping for more money like always. But honestly, so far it has been good. If it ties in well into the Mandalorian or anything else that they come out with in the same kind of, you know, timeline, I'm down for it because yes, Boba Fett is just, he's doing a thing.
Yeah, I completely agree. I hope that they keep this like those stories outside of the actual main stories, because the main like movie stories have been hot garbage, where these new like little like TV show series have actually been pretty solid. Yeah. So I'm excited to see where that goes. We'll get caught up on chat and then get back into this last sample, and then we'll rank them. Hanging Easy says, before I knew that Nightbot was, I thought it was stalking me. I think I might just shut it off if it gets like wild. About to get timed out. Hey now, Trev. Storytime says download Warzone. It's free. Let's go.
Let's go.
Dude, I don't think I have any time to do that. I got drill this weekend. Hanazy says like Borderlands 3. We used to be big Borderlands fans as well.
I remember not being a huge fan of Borderlands 3. Oh no, we haven't really played Borderlands 3. We played Borderlands 2, and that was fun.
Yeah. Hanazy says I was trying to watch Eternals earlier for the third time. I kept falling asleep. Yeah, I watched I think most of it or part of it. I don't remember. I passed out to it and I woke up at the end and I was like, cool movie, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I fell asleep at the end and I was like, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was that.
I don't know. It's just another one of those Disney movies. And then Hinganazy says Boba Fett was always my favorite. New episode out today. Boba Fett. Yep. Dude, I'm a really big fan of Boba Fett. I think I might like Boba Fett story better than the Mando story.
Really?
Just because I think it's more dynamic story. It's a more like exciting story for me to watch because he's going from being this like badass and then delving into this world that he doesn't totally understand with like, because he doesn't really understand how the crime world works. Like he understands how the world as a whole works, but he doesn't really understand the inner workings of the empire he just took over.
Yeah. No, I think it's cool, and honestly, I love the flashbacks. I think
Oh
are
yeah,
part of the show.
the sand people and stuff.
Dude.
Yeah. Overall,
Tusken Raiders.
Really interested for it.
Yes.
Very excited.
Anyway, no more spoilers. So
D or F. Last sample.
Off.
Let's get into it. Yeah. Everyone check out Boba Fett. Story of Boba Fett. It's pretty solid.
Yes.
Probably the best thing Disney has put out in a hot minute. We watched Encanto because,
Dude, it's Encanto.
Encanto?
It's Encanto.
Encanto? Whatever.
I hate
so we
you.
watched it because there's like one of Olivia's kids, because she's a teacher. One of them like came in and was like playing the song and then made her listen to it and stuff. And she's like, oh, they have a song about Bruno. So then we ended up watching it because we have a dog named Bruno, and it was solid.
No,
that song.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was a typical Disney movie, man.
Yeah. I was like, this is basically like watching Coco for the second time.
Yeah, I liked Coco much better though. Coco I
cool.
really actually enjoyed Coco.
Yeah. Coco was like a little more heart-wrenching. Yes.
We're here to talk about whiskey. Sorry, I can't.
Yes.
This is our conversations that I cut out of every single one of our videos.
Yes, they get worse, in case you're wondering.
Dude, we've had like 5-minute like reviews that are like 40 minutes of raw, and it's literally us just not talking about the whiskey or anything even remotely while we're there.
It's bad.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get in a glass F. Yes. F for Foxtrot.
I already went to the palate. I'm sorry.
Creamy, vanilla.
Yep.
Little bit of like oaky. Cherries for sure.
Yep.
I'm trying to like pull something more out. My palate might just be busted from, chugging dick.
I think for this one, nose not all there. Palate definitely there. Palate's got some bank.
Oh, I know what this is. Ooh. Oh, that's good. Banana split sundae covered in chocolate and cherry syrup with a whole lot of whipped cream vanilla. Oh, that's so good. I love this.
Yep. Okay. So we got to A-B this. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing my own A-B. And
okay.
I did not see that one coming, or at least my predictions of what are what. I'm going to work this one backwards from what I typically would do.
Oh, dude, I went from F to B to C. Now I'm going to hit up D and then E and
I have my ideas of which ones I like.
Okay.
Yeah, so everyone in chat, what's your guys' predictions? Which one do you think we're going to like most, more than? Dude, sample C, so much maple syrup.
Shit.
Right? Maple syrup for days.
Hang on, I need everybody to watch this down. Okay. Okay. Balls.
Mm.
Okay. Maple syrup, yes.
Okay. I just removed Nightbot from the channel.
Come on, bruh. Stop spamming emotes. Warning. Stop.
Yeah, I'd rather us. I mean, we can add them back if we ever get like an unmanageable chat. But right now, I just want to
Come on, bro.
stupid shit
Like,
and interact with people.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's redo here. Let me get caught up on this. Haynazy says Boba with the Sand People is cool. Yeah, I love the Tuscan Raiders scenes. We'll leave it at that because we don't want to spoil anything. Independent Joe says, "Funk you, Shane." I mean, I can't argue with him. I barely know Shane, but I've told people to go F themselves for less. Hanging Easy says, I always have a hard time picking out a cherry note. I feel like a cherry note is so easy, just like a caramel vanilla, that it's basically like a give me with almost anything.
Yeah.
Hanging Easy says 114. No, Old Forester 100. I think he's trying to guess the final sample, Wild Turkey 101 or Old Forester 100 or 114. Calling me disgusting because of my beard. Yeah, Nightbot's over here terrorizing people, so we had to shut her down. Chat her down. All right, Alec. Do you have a verdict?
Kind of. Shit, dude.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
So I don't know what to expect with these samples.
I've kind of just accepted the fact that I'm probably wrong on all of my previous predictions. But I think I know two. I know two. I know three of them for sure. But are we doing just top? We're just gonna go from best to worst or worst to best?
Go from worst to best. Yeah, okay. And I'm not trying to guess these. For once, I like managed to be like, I literally don't give a crap which one ends up winning. So
okay,
I just decided to send it.
All right, okay. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go B, E.
Oh, okay. We're going from worst to like best, right?
Yes.
Okay. So,
vastly different.
Because I was like, I thought we were going from best to worst for some reason. So when you said B, I was like, that's my last place, bro.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So worst to best. So B, E, A, C, D, F is my.
So F was your winner?
F is the winner.
Wait, can you repeat yours? Sorry, I like literally didn't actually pay attention.
Okay. So B E A C D F.
A C E
F.
F. Okay. Alec. Okay. So you did B E A C D F. So and this is from worst to best, right?
Yes.
So F was your favorite.
Mhm.
Mine went B,
Mhm.
B, A,
B A
C,
C
F,
F.
E.
Wait. B D A C F E.
Yeah, so your second to last was my favorite.
Damn. Okay. All right. Shit.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
I think we both agree B, definitely the worst. Our top, within the top three was both C,
And F.
wait, C and F. So I
Yes.
think we can say between the both of us, F was clearly the winner
Okay.
overall, followed by second place of C.
Okay. And then following up that would be A.
And then I think we just have our, okay, yeah. And then A overall. And then, or I would say just the top two between, like, if we're going to aggregate both of ours, it's going to be F and C. And then B is least favorite. And then the other three, they're just randomly placed.
Yeah.
Because E was my favorite and you put that super low. So it's kind of hard to like not, I don't know. I don't know how to appropriately aggregate that type stuff. So are you ready to find out which one's which?
Yes.
So let's go.
Just A to F. You look confused.
Sorry, I just had to like enjoy myself for a second.
Oh, did you enjoy yourself?
So I'll go off of your like
Just do A to
let's-
F. A to F.
A to F. So
A to F.
Wild Turkey 101. B,
Cool.
Knob Creek. So B, Knob Creek, like we guessed, it was the least interesting. It's good whiskey. All these were good whiskeys. Like these beat out a bazillion other different whiskeys.
Correct.
But it lacked complexity compared to the rest.
Mhm.
Even at 9 years old, which I think is wild.
Mhm.
At 9 years old, it's lacking complexity compared to something like Wild Turkey 101. And 101's only one proof more. I don't know what it is about like the knob stock, but it is what it is. And then C, which ended up being overall between both of us, I think it was our second favorite together, was Maker's 46.
Okay.
So Maker's 46 did
I
really
kinda
well.
figured that one.
And yeah, I guess that was, so I guess B and C. B and
Okay.
C were the only two I was like, hey, I'm pretty sure I got these. And that was Knob Creek and then Makers, just because that mouthfeel was wonderful. I really like that mouthfeel.
Fantastic. All the way.
And then D, Buffalo Trace.
No freaking way. Really?
E, would you put super low? Oh, Granddad 114.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
that's kinda how I
F
figured.
is Old Forester 100. So overall, I think we both agree Old Forester 100 won this one. Which
I'm
is
glad to see
surprising.
we still stuck to our original winner from 1 year ago.
Yeah. I mean, that and the Wild Turkey 101, which was A. You put it mid-tier. I put it about mid-tier.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's about where it
it
sits.
performed about what I expected it to.
Yeah.
Wow. I just
Wait.
kind of love that you were talking shit about how you didn't like Buffalo Trace and you ended up putting Buffalo Trace second.
Yeah.
And then so for me, it looks like what it went Old Granddad 114, Old Forester 100, Makers 46, Wild Turkey 101, Buffalo Trace, and then Knob Creek 9.
Bastards.
I mean, dude, you're the one who drank the whiskey. I don't know what to tell you.
Bastards. Okay.
It's okay.
Well, I guess that puts it out there for us then. Good to get a little bit of perspective back in. I feel like we have both been majority having like stuff that is outside of our daily drinking budget bourbons. So it's nice to come back and revisit the subject.
Dude, this Old Forester 100 proof bourbon is literally $20.
It's damn good.
NAZ. I mean, it has a screw top, but I don't care about a screw top. I don't really care by any means about like how, especially with the budget stuff. Like, honestly, I'd rather them like give me $1 back on the whiskey than cork it with budget stuff, at least. Like, if you're spending a crap load of money on a bottle, then like I'm like, hey, why is there not a cork here? Like, for example, like Weller 12. I'm like, why does Weller 12 not have a freaking cork?
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Hanging AZ says, I only picked Old Forester 100 at second. You are wrong about all the other ones. LOL. Fair enough. Eric Lazaxon. Dude, did I butcher this name?
Yes, you did.
Isaacson? It's probably Zach.
That's Isaacson.
Isaacson?
That's an I. That's an I.
Well,
you are as stupid as the day is long.
Well, thanks,
just,
bud.
Anytime.
Cheers, gang. Cheers, the Bourbon Bar. Nice to see you, man. Glad to hear you're recovered from whatever sickness you got recently. Hanging Easy might need to go pour some in honor. So, Hanging Easy, which one did you think was going to win for us again? I know it's way up there in chat, but
you put Old Forester at 2.
Yeah. Was it? I forgot.
I think he put.
I just love that you put Buffalo Trace at 2 because you were.
It's because you put that freaking strawberry shortcake shit in my head.
Well,
that's what you did.
Good. What was Buffalo Trace? Where did I put the note? D?
It's D.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, dude, Buffalo Trace is good for $25. This is fantastic whiskey. And I stand by that note of strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, I just hate that you gave me that note because now I'm going to look for it every time.
You see, it's the palate that got me. It's so much honey. It's honey and like a weird hay note.
See, for that exact reason, I thought it was Buffalo Trace, but I was like, no, I've never gotten strawberry shortcake on Buffalo Trace before. I was like, this has got to be some old Granddad shit, or it's got to be some weird Old Forester shit. I didn't know what, but it was some shit. So that's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Dude, you're just a secret Buffalo Trace lover. There's no shame in that. Hanging AZ said, I said Wild Turkey 101 number 1, but just my list. I mean, honestly, full disclosure, we've put Wild Turkey 101 up against Old Forester 100 proof so much, and every time except for this specific time, Wild Turkey 101 has always won. I mean, they're close because they're just different. They're different flavor profiles, but Wild Turkey 101 typically wins for us.
Well, okay, so I think like purely on a psychological like perspective here, I think that Wild Turkey probably didn't come out higher just because Wild Turkey, Old Granddad 14, and Knob Creek are all just nutty, cinnamon flavored freaking bourbons. And in this case, all three of those,
this
I kind of felt
simple too.
Right, but like when you put those other two in the mix, it's like, how do you really know which one's like really which? I could have easily put Wild Turkey 101 in the Old Granddad spot. So I think that partly is the case because when you think about Old Forester compared to Maker's 46 compared to Buffalo Trace, those are at least like different enough from each other that you can like kind of start picking stuff apart. Otherwise, I think that the other three just kind of sat together in their own little spot.
I'm really impressed with how well Maker's 46 went, because I remember when we originally made this list, Maker's 46 wasn't on our original like to-do list, but like every single Maker's Mark product, I was like, that's garbage. That's garbage. That's garbage. You know,
you were a hater on wheat whiskey, dude.
Yeah, but like I'm really impressed with how well that did. So I guess overall we can both agree out of this 6 blind, Maker's 46, Old Forester 100, best. Least is Knob Creek 9, but I just think Knob Creek 9 got overshadowed because it was very simple. And honestly, like Hanging AZ says, Knob Creek seems to get knocked out in blinds. I kind of agree with that statement, because every time we've done like a blind of like $50 like higher proof bourbons, like the Old Forester 1920, Rare Breed, Knob Creek single barrel, like Knob Creek single barrels are fantastic because they're probably the cheapest of the bunch, but like it got knocked out because it wasn't as complex as the others.
Right.
So maybe they're just not like the most complex whiskeys, but honestly I think they're fantastic, especially with the cigar. Like a solid Knob Creek store pick with a cigar any day of the week. Knob Creek store picks are like my new jam. I love those. The Bourbon Bar says I get strawberry jam in Buffalo Trace. So, strawberry shortcake, strawberry jam, close.
I think Steven's just stupid. But I love him. And he's stupid.
Hanging AZ says, I still need a 46, still working on 101, which I love. Yeah, the 46 is our favorite budget Maker's Mark product.
But I can say between 46 and 101, those are really hard to compare because they're both really good.
Mm-hmm. Hanging AZ says, Whiskey Wars did his rye blind and Knob Creek did not fare well. I like the Knob Creek rye, but again, I like it because it's super cheap. It's 100 proof rye and it stands up well in cocktails. It's more of my mixer rye.
Yeah.
But yeah, are you surprised at all by any of this?
Yeah, I think that Buffalo Trace is still okay. I don't think it's that good. Whatever.
You're just in denial, dude. I mean, it's a good whiskey. No shame.
It is. I think that maybe I give it a bad rap just because I don't like every time I see Buffalo Trace, I'm just like, gosh, it's not that good of a whiskey. But maybe it is. Maybe I do need to give it more credit to where it's due. That, and then I was a little bit surprised to see Wild Turkey 101 come out underneath the Old Forester 100. Granted, I've been drinking so much freaking Elijah Craig and 1792 and like all these small batches and like all these other.
Those two would be fun to add to this.
They would. But that's my thing, is that both of those are just sweet and delicious and everything like that. I think that when I came into bourbon, I was like, look, I love me a nutty, cinnamony bourbon. That's my thing. I love it, and I'm starting to transition over into a little bit more of this like sweet, more, like bodied, creamy, like just all that comes with a little bit of different territory. And so I think I need to go get a bottle of Wild Turkey 101. I think I need to do it just because
you need a relapse.
I need
to go back to your old ways.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
I mean, so for the longest time, 101 and Old Forester 100 proof have been my two like go-to budget sippers. Old Granddad I didn't like originally because I thought it was too hot, but now I'm kind of used to proof. Like proof doesn't really bug me. Like for example, the Hook Rye, the hard rye guy that I reviewed today, which will be dropping probably in a few weeks whenever we figure out my drop schedule. But that is 122 proof rye and it drinks like it's like 110. Like it drinks like water. And I went from not drinking for 3 days. Like the last time I drank other than tonight was at the wedding. And I had a barefoot cab and a small sip from your metallic tasting flask.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough.
Yeah, that was like, I don't know what, like, there's something about how long that whiskey was in there that just made it taste like metal.
Oh, dude, it was like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, no, dude, that's gross.
Yeah, I know. I shook it and I was like, this isn't good.
Yeah, I mean, it got us where we needed to be, but
Yeah.
we'll wrap this up here in a sec with these last few chats. The Bourbon Bar says, I agree with 46 being a standout maker's product on a budget. Yeah, it's just this.
Right.
I don't know. Makers, like, there's something about that extra, like, oak influence that just adds an extra layer of complexity. Like, it doesn't need more proof, in my opinion. It needs complexity in the form of, like, more flavors, because Makers is just such a creamy, sweet, light flavor profile. And I like things that are a little bit more aggressive. And I like just that little extra oak that it adds. Hanging AZ says Makers 101 just tastes like how Makers should if they didn't water it down. I mean, I can't disagree with that. I still don't love it though. And the best comment of the night, Hanging AZ says, get a handle, Alec. Figure it out, dude.
Yeah. All right. Don't you worry. Next time we do a live stream, there'll be a little bit of that WT 101. It'll be here.
Yeah.
It'll be lingering.
So overall, at the end of this 6-way blind, comparing mine and Alex's answers together, we both agree Makers 46 and Old Forester 100 are the best. The worst or the least performing one is definitely in the Knob Creek 9-year. I personally believe Old Granddad 114 was the best, whereas Alec, yours was Old Forester 100 proof, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's a wrap for this here live stream. Stay tuned for next week. Hopefully, we'll be going around the same time, 6 o'clock ish. But cheers, all. We'll see you later.
Cheers.